My headset is deciding to be a little weird. There we go. Now I can hear myself like I should be able to. All right. The new biome for Minecraft is very lazy. Now, I do have the structures mod, which does that. But the new biome, I like how they done this, right? Those little things right here, which is, shelf mushrooms, look good. But the wood is where it gets, well, lazy. And the reason I'm saying this, let me go in creative mode real quick, guys. I've done this on purpose. So, game mode 1. These trees are lazy. The reason I'm saying that is because unlike all the other Minecraft stuff, right? When we go in, you can see logs, which actually is going to be under nature here. How, like, this log looks a little darker than this one. This one looks a little lighter than this one. This one's darker than that one, but it goes in that continuous thing. If I quickly do this, hold on, I want the planks, actually, for this. And I do this. Notice something here. Okay, these are Pell Oak. Okay? Not only do we get better textures with the texture pack with the Pell Oak, but it is already white/gray when it comes to being a texture. Let me fly into here for a second, because in one of these sections, I actually chopped the logs when I first found this and done a side-by-side comparison to the log and the planks and left it. Dear God, where did I actually do that at? Oh, right here. So you can see I already did. Notice anything different? Or anything that looks similar? The logs are different, but the wood, look, I'm on Pell Oak. These are just a tad bit darker than this is, but it's still basically white or gray, if you want to call it that. They could have done better. All right, that's all I'm going to say. They could have done better with the textures of this and not just been lazy to go with another white wood, right? Or if they were, at least, like with this one, how it's white with gray lines, they could have done like a full white wood and then done like black lines right here. Like a full black line would have been great. Okay? Just wanted to show that. They could have done so much more. And to show you that I've actually been in survival this whole time till I've literally done this over here, we do have this mod installed, and it's free, by the way. And it reminds me of the PC mod Chocobos, which is why I ended up saying yes and then getting it and throwing it in my worlds. But let's go back into survival right quick. So, game mode 0. Okay. We quickly just go right in here. You're going to notice I got me one of these, which this is not actually a Chocobo anymore. If I do this, it says unknown. But let me crouch so I can get off. They are actually now right here, Aether Moas. All right. Aether Moa is a mod you can get for free, by the way. Everybody can get it free. And it's actually pretty good. I actually meant to get rid of these, but oh well. I'm not going to worry about it. Cheating those, like, one of each in is not going to get me. But you can see, boom, and then we have all of this. And that's just mainly from if we come over here. We are into this, where I've, had to crouch and go backwards to build over. Right here was some coal. Right there is some more coal. And then, I don't remember where I grabbed the iron from. I know it was, like, around here somewhere. But if we go on this side, we have that, where we go down into, like, the skeletons, and then you can see I've, like, done this, pretty much, right, to get around this way. And then we're going to be doing another thing like this on the other side. So over here, we're going to go underneath my little stairwell here, so, like, right here. We'll go ahead and start that. But oopsie, you need to go back 2. So the third one, I can do this too. Right here. All right, which will get us into this cavern side. So we can try to explore all of that. And see what ores might be around there, so. I actually do have this now. Give me. And then trade these back out for this. There we go. I actually need to drop these off into here. This I'm going to keep. See, this gets dropped off into there. Let's grab this, throw this in there, plop this in here. Get these torches. For now, we'll throw the roll in there. And let's go ahead and grab one more stone pick, just in case I don't find that much iron to continue my iron pick, so it'll do these. Let's eat. Get some num-nums. And, oh, come on. You can see it started to turn nighttime in Minecraft. Or maybe that's rain. Hold on. Is it just a stormy night? I don't see rain, but I did kind of turn it off, so let's make sure we turn that back on. Which is through this right here. And then we go to ambient overworld, and you're going to notice ground fog is off. Actually, no, it's under weather. I'm an idiot. Weather. So, intense rain I turned off. Actually, what? Where's the regular... Oh, sky maybe? No? Let's see. So, intense rain, blizzards, sandstorms, thunderstorms, flame, ash. So, raindrop ripples is still there. This is still here. I don't want intense rain, but I might go ahead and turn thunderstorms back. No, we don't, because that's going to be super loud, ain't it? I was trying to find, like, regular rain. So we have ambient nether. That's the end. That's that. That's the sky. Other, maybe? Make light, immersive sounds, scary nether sounds. Make sure I'm just not overlooking anything in here, because, like, snowflakes and sand dust was in here, but I don't see anything for that. Alright, that's just weird. Okay. Yeah. Alright, I'm just not seeing anything in there for regular rain. Maybe I have to actually turn on the weather, meaning intense rain. Oh, thunderstorms. Why not? Alright, we'll do that. We'll even turn the intense rain on to see if it's actually raining. No, it's just turning nighttime. Okay. Weather seems good. I might even turn the fog back on till we start having, like, FPS issues, and then we'll go about turning it off. So, ambient overworld, go ahead and turn the ground fog on and submit. And that'll just add fog in and stuff like that as we go. Oh, howdy, you. And there's a couple things I actually will review over the video here in a second. See, there we go. So you get fog. Does that give FPS drop, though, is my question. As to go through. So far, no, but the more fog you hit, the more. But yeah, they do spawn like this, and I'll show you guys. You are able to tame them. And I'm going to show you guys how to tame them. It's actually very, very simple. So we'll go for this one right. Actually, is it not? I want a dark brown. I'm going to call them chocobos, but they're not chocobos. They're aether moas. But I'm going to call them chocobos because that's the mod I'm used to from PC. No, there is not a. Okay, we'll get this one right here. He almost looks like white and blue at the same time. It looks like a baby blue. All right, we'll go with this one. So you can actually hop on them, and just like horses, they'll randomly kick you off, hop back on it again. It's going to randomly kick me off, hop back on it again. Probably going to kick me off again. And then when you hop back on it, okay, I'm going to get kicked again, hop back on it. And after doing this enough times, it will give you hearts. So when it finally goes, yes, you know what, you can be my owner, it'll give it to me, but it might take a second, guys, because it does take a second sometimes. Because this is how I got my other one. I just kept doing this till it literally gave me hearts. I was like, you know what? Yes, there. See, boom, hearts. Now I own it. I'm able to do this. I'm able to saddle it now. This is now mine. I just need to get a lead. Oh, they're both the same. Okay, that's going to be oofed. Trying to get exactly which one's which, but that's how you grab these guys. That's how you tame them. They're pretty good. And yeah, you can make them pets. But we're going to go out and we're going to show you guys the different mods, and we're going to give a little bit of reviews for a couple. And then we'll come in and actually play. So first, let's start off with now doing our reviews. So we're going to go into store and we're going to do some reviews to a couple mods. Right? Because this is going to be needed. I'm a content creator. Someone looking up on YouTube is going to have to literally do whatever. I've sat down and tested, and I found out a mod is broken completely. Like, you can load it, but then the book doesn't spawn. If you force the book to spawn, you can't open it, which means nothing in the assets is actually loading, and they need to update it to fix everything going on. But let's get in to show you guys what that is. So if I quickly go to my library, and right here's the Aether Moa. This is free, so you can go to add-ons and then go to free, and it'll pop up and it looks like this. Go ahead and get it. It looks good, baby. It's a good mod. But let's continue on, shall we? I haven't really ran this in my world. I have. This is fine. Right here. This mod right here. Okay, I can't change the volume. Hold on. Let me do the volume adjustment, guys. Hold on. Settings. We need to go to audio, music, because now that I'm back on my actual console, I don't need everything being uber loud anymore. So 48 for regular sound, environment audio, blocks. We can go ahead and do something like 21. Okay, that's actually there. Okay, so 21. I can actually turn this to 10 because I'm still super loud. We'll do 14 on that. Players is fine. Sounds made by you and other nearby players. Like the eating sounds. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right. That seems good. Okay, that seems actually perfect. In the store we go, back into my library, and scroll down. So this mod here, better structures, by the way. This mod is broken. Okay? I love how this looks. I love the miniature versions of this. I love this. But right now, the mod is absolutely broken. And what's going on is Minecraft, on one of its updates, done some back-end changes, changed the tags to certain biomes. So there's sub-biomes of it and stuff like that, where the owner needs to go in, fix the tags, and not just tags. He needs to like work on whatever back-end code that Mojang has updated to make certain things work in a different way, he has to go in and update that and push out an update. Okay, and the reason I'm saying that this is broken is you cannot actually run this at the moment. And I will show you guys that in a second. We'll start up a world with only this mod and show you, hold on. Jesus. And show you that the mod is not loading, okay? Even with it activated, it won't load. Yes, I've already sat here and done like 3-star and then clicked send feedback to creator and told him about it. So he got the email for it, but a week later, still no update. Okay. I don't know if he's going behind the scenes trying to do every little thing to fix it and stuff like that. But to show you, I love how this looks. I love how these nether fortresses look when the mod was working. And I absolutely love how this looks, okay? Which is the desert temple, the updated. Okay? So because this mod was broken, I own this one as well. Structures add-on 2.0. So what I've done was went in, gave this a 4-star, and then wrote him a thing referencing the mod, the plugin we just came off of, this one right here. I gave him the name, Better Structures, and then I gave him by Block Lab, so he knows it's this mod. Okay? I gave him that stuff. And then I was like, I would like to see some of your temples updated because I just don't like how they look, man. Like this temple here, like the jungle temple, this just, no, bruh. No, I don't like how this looks. I was like, update this to be their jungle or something like their jungle one. The desert stuff here, like the desert temple, this ain't horrible, but they could still use something like the other one's desert temple, right? The tree houses, I mean, look good with this. The little castle designs that they have, wonderful. They could just do a little better with like these different temples like this. They could just use the jungle temple from the other one, right? And it would look 10 times better. So with me literally giving them that, like that looks good, this looks good, this looks good, this looks wonderful. This can be changed. I mean, it's not horrible, but you can do better than just this, right? That looks good. These need to change. Okay, this is great. Something that spawns in the water, something the other one didn't do. I love it. This is good. This is good. This is okay, but I don't like the colorfulness into it. I want the other one, right? This doesn't look bad, but again, like you could do like shades of white or something that doesn't stand out, right? Because if we're going into the temple area, this is not Iraq, right? No offense, this isn't Muslim in Iraq. If we're talking about temples, we're going back in time. I don't think they're going to have little blue bits on it, okay? I mean, I would like a little bit of the realism put into that a little bit. So something like a gray or a white or something to show that it's a little different than this sand, but just make it look faded. Don't like add this to it on something like this. Now, if this pack was all about being Russian or Muslim or, Islamic or whatever, then I wouldn't mind this. But because they're doing temples, which is like Messiah temples, no, remove the blues, okay? These look good. These look good, right? So this, and this need to change. Just those 4 objects need to change and go into being something more like the other structures version, right? And then this, we could update this, right? It doesn't have to be a temple. Just do like an igloo. Like add igloos, and I don't mean these little like just snow ones. I mean like do some like actual igloos, man. Like ice with snow and add some campfire into like the igloos, make the igloos bigger so that way they actually can hold like a fire so it doesn't melt and where people would actually be living, right? With maybe a campfire out here too for like signaling, and you get it, right? Little updates to this would not be that bad. I do not like how this looks. That looks good. The like even this doesn't look bad. And see, they're going with this, the pharaoh theme, which is this type of pyramid, right? Which means they're not going to have like Middle Eastern designs. Okay, they're actually going to be in the pharaoh era, which, by the way, is more like the Minecraft one, where it's literally sandstone and sand. It's not blues and reds and all this built into the temple, okay? Their dinnerware might have had color, the statues might have had some color, but the temples themselves was legit just blocks of fucking sand. So, yeah, just a little bit of change to this, okay? Um, these. Remove these completely. I'm sorry, but the colorfulness does not pop to me. And I mainly got this pack when I originally got it for this. Okay, the little structures like this that can spawn out. I liked the mushroom stuff. Again, the ships that can spawn in the open water for extra like lootable stuff was good. I like the idea of having like tree houses that can spawn. This type of like little building here, the little small little like I'm gonna call this like lumberman or sawmill or whatever. Like this was great. That's why I liked this. I did not like the colorful, okay? That's the only things I did not like about that. Right? And the only things I've asked for like changes to come to better on Bedrock. I don't know if they updated this yet. I haven't like downloaded it and retried it yet, but the last times I have tried it is in the past. It was broken because you would load it into a world and it would work on the first launch, and then when you try to go back in, you would just get like the untextured thing as if you need to update it again or it's no longer on the marketplace. So it would have issues. It was broke. So I think something needs to be taken a look at there. I haven't tried the 1.2 update. I think this is because I don't remember what version it was on when I first originally got it. I haven't done anything with the end since the last time I've used it, which is like what 2-3 years ago, something like that. Like, it's been a while. And it's just mainly because like it looks good, like especially like you can see the vibrancy in this, but you have to like reduce your like actual graphics. Like when you're on PS5, you cannot play it in, ray traced or anything. You have to go down to like the regular Minecraft graphics. You can't use vibrant with it. Even though I think this is like it says supported by vibrant visuals. Oh, it is not. Look, see, vibrant visuals does not pop up here. So they still haven't even updated to fix that. But if you try loading into this with vibrant visuals on a console, you get like 2 FPS and it's just unplayable. You have to play on like a really low bit of Minecraft. So they need to update that. And the other end version of it too is the same way. It just kind of you can't. It's unplayable. Biomes of Plenty right now. This one adds some cool biomes in, but I feel like that tries to overtake the entire world. It doesn't just simply add in like this biome, like in between a desert and this and that. It tries to override your entire world and then make the entire world just a biomes o plenty world. I do feel like they could have done a little better because yeah, there's a lot like 50 plus biomes, but they should have done this in a way like this spawns near a desert, maybe this one's near like a flower forest, and this one right here could be near spruce biomes. This right here could be like near some of the other biomes that spawn the tall mushroom trees, right? And then put everything in a way that it just goes with what's in your world already, right? And don't try to overtake everything. Like this could be Taiga. Um, right here, this looks, nethery, so this could be like a nether thing that happens. Um, this could be like, because the wood, like, look, it's almost white and it looks like this. So this actually could spawn in near the creaking. Um, and you get it, right? Like, I'm just going over each little different thing that it could spawn near and X, Y, and Z. And there's redwoods too. And I don't really see the redwoods in here. Maybe this is trying to be like the redwoods just on a smaller scale. But the redwoods are amazing. They can put it near the water and alcoves on these, like, on the land. Looks good, but it tries to spawn it too much. So it'll literally go like this flower forest to redwoods, this flower forest to redwoods, this flower forest to redwoods, and just keeps doing that. And then what breaks this even more is because these are modded areas, it clashes with my texture pack. And the reason I'm saying that is because even though I'm using vibrant visuals, I have a texture pack, it goes with it. The realism of the water, you see how it does the waves, no longer like, it'll have waves in the middle, then like closer to the actual land of the modded land that spawns in. No longer has the waves. You just see little S's through the water. And when I say little S's, like really packed close together, it looks like the graphics have torn and it just doesn't sit. And it never did this before. It was after a certain update that this started happening. So the developers, like 4KS Studios here, for Biomes O Plenty, for this exact plugin and mod, needs to figure out what's going on with it. Like, lessen the amount that these spawn in, or the chance of this spawning, and fix what's going on with water near their islands and like land masses that spawn in next to water. Or at least remove it where these don't spawn near water altogether within a certain amount of blocks. So this way it doesn't affect the water in game. All right, with that out of the way, the next bit to go over is like enchants, like custom enchants. Okay, give this its own table, own stuff like that, but that's not what we're here for. We'll go over that as we find the other enchant mod I have, and it's probably nearby. But let's go over the colorful glass right here. One thing I would love to see is they have glass that looks like this, okay? The one my cursor's hovered over, and it's basically called borderless. And it looks good because there's no border, but you get a border when the bottom of the block isn't opaque enough. So when you actually set this block on top of another block that is the same color, this edge on the bottom turns darker. Same as the edges on the side that is touching another glass block. The opaqueness isn't there for it to be full see-through and look the same as you're just looking through any other side. You actually do get a border at that point because it'll actually darken this face and it does not look naturally good. And I can actually go point that out to you when we hop into a game because these mods are loaded in. But let's keep going. I don't need dynamic light anymore because we have the other mod that already does it, which is great. Doors mod, wonderful doors, by the way. I'd love to see more have this design. Like this right here, this white door here. Like some of these oak doors actually need to have this design, which is a pretty good looking design. Do a version of this for every different wooded door. Add those in. But right here is the other, enchants. And the one I like here is this one right here, Enchantments add-on by Horizon Blocks. Because you actually do get an enchant in here, which is auto smelt, which is something that's also in some of the PC mods. But I wish it was just another like enchantment book added in, and then more enchants just added into the regular enchantment table. And do not give it another whole new table where you have to put item here, an item over here, an item here, then an item you want in the middle. These all could have just been added strictly to the regular enchantment table in game like the PC mods already do. And then when you throw your item in, you just get a new type of enchantment that could be in the table. where it also roughly looks at like this like enchant cannot be compatible with this one, so that enchant wouldn't pop up. Kind of like the game already does with its base stuff. Like, oh, this mod cannot go with that one. I mean, the game already does it in the tables. It just add your enchants to the regular enchantment table. Make a light form of this and just add the books to it, and then give it free to anyone who's already bought this one. Um, Keep going. Furniture 2.1. Now, this one needs an update because these fish tanks, I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret here. Okay? When you place the tank down yourself, it looks nice. But anyone who's playing in the world with you, it doesn't look like this anymore. It looks like a 2D painting. Like the Minecraft paintings you hang on a wall, it turns into that. It needs a little bit of a fix. But I do like it because you get these, the different tables, different beds. These chests need to go. Okay, the long chest that looks fat. Not only do they look weird in Minecraft, but they just are very buggy. Like sometimes they don't want to place, even if you have an area big enough, it tries to throw it off centered on the block, so it tries to touch the wall and says it can't be placed here. This needs to go. Okay. Um, remove that, and it wouldn't be as bad. Fix the fish tank to where it's always the high res textured. It doesn't go to a 2D. Even to your friends, it does not 2D out. And look like a Minecraft painting. And then a lot of this does look pretty good, to be honest with you. They just have things to update and fix, right? Let's keep scrolling. So, farms and food mod. I love my farming. Actually, I have this one too. What? Is this... What is this? Okay, so it adds that. Is this a world or is it actually just food? 500 new food recipes. Okay, so it just adds... Looks like... Okay, so adds custom structures and villages. Ooh. I might actually install this and see. Trees inside, add crops and trees inside vanilla biomes, new crafting stations and tools, cute farming pet. Okay, no, I'm sorry. Like adding pets into the game. All right, not bad for that, but new crafting stations and tools. This means it's adding even more resources. So if you already have a weapons mod and some other stuff like I do, you're going to run into the issue of like your game slowing down. Okay, and when I say slowing down, you might run around just fine, but the moment you press square, triangle, or even E, because that's my inventory button, the moment you click inventory or crafting, instead of it insta popping up and you clicking, it's going to do a scroll thing where it's really slowly scrolling down in front of your face, and then when the animation stops is when you're able to move your cursor and select and do all of that. And it slows that down, so it takes forever for you to be able to craft or switch weapons or move stuff in and out of your inventory to different slots because it adds too many different things that could be shown in your crafting table. And even your inventory crafting gets slowed down too. So, just maybe do I'd love a lightweight one where you get like maybe a couple new crops. For like new berries and stuff like that. Maybe do like hamburgers where if you combine like wheat with a cow, like not wheat, but bread with like a cooked pork chop. It's like like a hamburger made with pork chop or whatever. That would be pretty cool to have here. But we don't need drinks because, well, Minecraft doesn't actually have you drink. You don't go to a water and drink like it's Ark. So remove off smoothies and drinks and only do stuff like hamburger, maybe French fries. Keep it simple and don't add too much into the crafting. Would be awesome. Okay. And then make it look high res, right? When you're eating it, make the items look good. That's the same issue we have here with the farming one, right? Because this one actually adds a lot to it as well. Okay. When I say a lot, like, hold on. Please scroll down. You get literally, you get 300 new food and drinks, 9 new mobs, right? So now on top of duck, another type of duck, like, like geese, a duck, like, all this deer and birds and, bison or buffalo, whatever you want to call that, with different pies, burgers, plants. And I mean, legit a crap ton of plants, new types of trees, new cooking and baking stuff here, along with like stuff to make your drinks. And spirits to help harvest now, it's adding too much. Because the moment I add this in and I start getting more and more of the resources learned through this mod, my inventory is no longer going to be instantaneously opened where I can move shit around immediately like you've seen me do. It will slow down and it literally turns into a screen scroll animation till it literally stops, and then you can do whatever you're doing with your inventory. So, yeah, no, we need that fixed ASAP, okay? We don't need this much stuff in Minecraft. Um, no qualms of this. Health bars needs an update. It doesn't need to be an entity following people, or an entity above the head. Just have it be a little like thing that just shows. And the reason I'm saying this is because other mods do it fine, but they turn it into an entity. And when that happens, when you're moving around, you hear random footsteps above you that make you turn around like, what the fuck is following me, right? Or, and it's not silent footsteps. You hear it, okay? That's what I'm saying. You turn around like, what the fuck is following me? Because you hear it moving. You could be flying where your feet is not touching, nothing's touching the ground, and then you just are being followed or something running above you. Fix. Okay? Fix that. I should not be hearing that at all, ever. Okay? Um, let's keep going. Keep going. I like the more tools, right? Same with like it gives different ores, just don't give special abilities where wearing a full set of armor can make blocks that you're standing on change. Because imagine how griefy that turns into when you're walking in your own house with this armor. And it's like, oh yeah, the floor below you is now diamond. So now you want to be able to mine it up to get the diamond. Let's say your house already looks nice and good. You spent 12 hours on it. Well, now that block you're standing on turns into gravel. You get the idea, right? We don't need stuff like that happening. Let's keep going. More TNT. Okay, some people like having TNT and blowing up their worlds and creating craters and removing the look, the aesthetical niceness of the game. Some of us don't, right? But for those that like it, I do like having a mod here that does that. Just I don't think this should be like server side or utilized in multiplayer, because yeah, multiple people might like it, but you get the one player like me who joins into a world and likes the weapons or something like that, and the next thing I know I get griefed by a fucking nuclear TNT. Makes me just want to leave the world because all that time I just spent doing something just got wasted. But let's keep going, keep going, keep going. Right? Naturalist. I like having the multiple different animals that can spawn in, but they overwrite the cows, the sheep, the pigs, and you can see where this is going. Reduce the spawn rate to these down to like maybe one or two sharks near you. These can spawn in, so you still see them, but don't overwrite the cow, sheep, pig, like cow, sheep, pigs, and all that, because sheep is your beds. Pigs, is food, but I mean, you can say, well, you can kill these and get food, but again, like, you don't always want to see this. You do want to see the regular Minecraft stuff too. So reduce the spawn rates just a little bit, and it would be mwah. Okay. Next, the one blocks are more, instead of being a regular one block where it's own custom coded world, It uses command blocks, which break, and then you get a message on the top left of your screen that constantly repeats itself. We need to update these now that we actually have regular plugins where you add your own custom shit without needing command blocks. Do that and remove the fucking command block, please. Let's keep going. Blocks 2.0. I love mods that add all these new random blocks in, but again, you get to the point where it starts like really slowing down your inventory opening. What I would love to see is do your own table with this. Okay. I don't mind this going to the creative inventory. Just make sure it doesn't hit the regular inventory of like a, the crafting table or your inventory crafting, right? Make this be something in its own table so it doesn't slow down the crafting or having to open stuff up. Realism, Forest, and Fields. I actually think I do own this, which is good. I haven't like done this in a while, and what it does is it changes how this stuff looks. The only thing I don't like about this mod is, I believe the only reason I also didn't download it is because it gives you, I love the world generation. Ocean waves, I don't like this. I have a mod that already changes the textures. I don't need the texture trying to overwrite my mod, right? Again, I have a thing that adds weather and atmosphere already to my world, so I don't need the dynamic light, the leaves and pollen. It says it adapts to texture packs, but the thing is it has weather and fog, where mine has the same setting. I turn it off, but I bet you when I put this in here, it's going to clash with that. Sun and light rays. Again, my thing has it. I've turned it off. This is going to clash. Remove this. Remove this. This can stay. Actually, the pack has sound, so remove it. Remove it. Remove it. Remove it. This is fine because my pack doesn't have leaves and pot. Well, it does have like this. I think makes the leaves wave, so this can stay. Adapts to texture packs. This can stay. So these two things under atmosphere can stay. Remove 1, 2, 3, 4. The first 4 need to go. Wildlife like deers and fawns. I do like that. Owls is fine. Remove like the termites can go. Lynxes can stay. Birds and bugs. My pack already adds like wildlife already, so remove this. Butter. And fireflies. My pack already gives fireflies, but like, why is this next to fireflies unless you meant to bring this down and make it another one? This can go. This can go. That can stay. This can go. That can stay. And this can stay. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 items in here is the only things that should be under this wildlife tab. 2 items in here should be the only thing in atmosphere. World generation, I like it. I like it. Trails and creeks, I like it. Ocean waves, remove it. Ancient shrines, remove it. Okay, because I already got something that adds structures into the game. We don't need this doing it. So only 3 things here need to be in world generation, which is the first 3. And that would be, this would actually be a pack I would add in at that point to my thing, because having these extra like new tree top, like new tree generation, more new biomes again, stuff like that would be great to have. There's just things in here that clash with what I'm already using. That's why I don't use it. Because I use this, Realism VFX, which, by the way, I'm going to show you what it brings. Okay? Which we've already seen, but again, light rays, something the other thing was already trying to do. Underwater light, where you can add light to the underwater, which is called underwater god rays, which this is way brighter than this image wants to do. It literally blinds the fuck out of you, and they need to fix it. That's why I turn it off. Dynamic lighting, which again, this pack already does. I don't need it in the other one. We're not worried about that. Fireflies, you can see this already adds fireflies. Don't need it. Falling leaves. So the leaves, if that is the leaves thing over there, if that is like falling leaves, remove it. Make it where the leaves here kind of move when like you see in other versions of texture packs. This stuff doesn't add that. So just make it waving leaves, right? Not falling, but waving leaves. And then I would use it. And then again, we get birds. So the other pack does not need it, right? Also get weather, stuff like that with this mod, stuff that you don't get to see right here because it's not going to like. So you can see we get blizzards and sandstorms and tumbleweeds and falling snow. We do get it with this. So this does not need what this pack has. And most people actually are already playing with this pack, so we don't need the in this one, if that makes sense. All right. Let's keep going. I haven't played Seasons because this tries to do the same thing that this does. And if they would remove it out of this, just add the Seasons in to where it can change to like colder weather and warmer and the leaves change colors. That'd be great, right? And let realism VFX be the only thing that changes what goes on with the seasons. But let's keep going. Let's keep going, right? Because we just need to scroll. Sky biomes, these try to overtake the spawns in the sky, where you'll have like 8 of these around in one area. Lessen the amount and maybe only do one structure that has a boss in it, so you don't have like 50 million bosses that kind of just ruin the feel of the game, if that makes sense. So that's another reason I don't use that. Too many bosses. So you see too many health bars. The bosses can fall and be on the bottom part of the world walking around, and becomes an annoyance and a nuisance. That's why I don't use it. That's why usually if I use sky biomes, I'm throwing it with a one block world or a sky block. So that way, if they do fall out of this, they go into the void and die, and I'm not having like 50 million bosses, right? Storage plus plus. This wasn't bad, and I liked the idea, but this needs to go to being more like the PC version of this mod, where you can set up multiple different PCs and link them, and then have it be able to sort your inventory as well. And then you have one hub, like one PC that is your main hub that can pull from every different storage one. That when you put it in, it goes to that storage. So not only will it be a inventory sorter, but also it can be futuristic in a way that allows you to have more like stuff. And I love how it does let you stack like, 999 here. It is a thing, but it does need a little bit of a fix. And same thing is, this should not be lockable. Okay. Do you know how many times I've loaded into the world and I couldn't interact with my own computer because somebody else has locked it? Or it just like bugs out and becomes locked. Like I can be in single player with no one being in there, and then for some reason I cannot open this computer. It just acts locked. Okay. That needs a little bit of a fix. Structures wasn't bad, but again, with this one has the rainbow shit, which is what I don't like when it comes to structures. Like, see, this looks good. This doesn't look bad. And then the moment you get in, you get like this like houses with like blue that does not match the trim. See, this actually matches. This matches. And then you get like rainbow on top of like this little cramped space. Like it's cramped. It's really too small. This ain't that bad. But then it also adds in like new tables and stuff like that, which I did not like. Let's be honest. This is the one that had the witch's hut thing that we found on the one structure thing that we were loading into, where it had the witch's hut that looked like this near the swamp. This actually looks good. But see how it tries to be rainbowy and change like the effect? Like, I do tell you guys, use multicolor, but I'm not telling you throw blue with like white, like a whitish brown, right? I'm not telling you to do that. What I'm telling you guys to do is actually just use lighter to darker tones with each other. Do not change the entire fucking color. Unless we're going with like this white. See, this white matches this. This blue does not. Okay? Just saying. It does not. I just wish people would actually be a little bit better at building in that aspect way, especially if they're making a pack. I would love a mod to give me a big tree like this, which there is one, but I hate it because it doesn't feel good. And then Wildlife Overworld, I like having little oases that spawn in, but they spawn way too many. Like literally, you look across the desert and all you see is oasis, 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 and it just overrides the world spawn. Instead of having like one or two here and there, you get like 30 in one spot. And they could be like, oh, here's an elephant, here's an elephant, here's a gator, here's an elephant, here's an elephant, here's a giraffe, here's an elephant, 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 elephant. Like, you get the idea, right? It spawns way too many. Make this where, like, one or two can spawn in every 500 block radius. And there'd be so less of these and more actual world to explore. But time to get back into the other mod, which is going to be the one I was telling you guys about, and is the fucking tree one. I got to actually find it first, which I know I own it because I have it installed, but I might have scrolled past it and didn't like give it any thought till like a little bit later on. This is actually a really good mod, by the way, guys. Get this. It is awesome. I'll show you how it works in game in a second. But you will end up with like a lot of stuff pretty early on. Especially if you do everything completely early. Oh, okay. It's not going to be right there, so I'm just going to click add-ons and try to find it. Ooh, wait a minute. Did they remove it and not give me points for it? No, it's right here. All right. So what's wrong with this one? Okay. I don't mind having rainbow trees. I don't mind having all of this. That's not what's wrong. And they've added a whole lot of new stuff. And you can see it's supposed to look really nice and vibrant. Because they added vibrant visuals. You can see this is the different wood, the different colors, what it looks like, which, by the way, looks good. The only thing I don't like about this pack, two things, really. One, this pack breaks water again somehow, especially if the stuff spawns near the water. But two, it actually does... see, new biomes. This is why, because the biomes can spawn near water. 31 new wood sets to build with. Great instant chop trees with the chainsaw, which, by the way, I don't like how this is, especially if you have the tree capitator mod. It should just work with the tree capitator mod. Craft hundreds of fruity food items, which, by the way, again, we don't need a crap ton of new like items in the game that slows down crafting. So actually, that makes a third. I'm glad I came in here and looked at this. But let's put it this way. There is a biome where I did not enter a black and white for like the forest. It changes to black and white, but my screen was turning completely fucking black when I was going near one of the trees. And then my screen would come back to regular color. And then like 2 seconds later, my screen's back to black, and then back to color, then back to black, then back to color. Something is breaking the actual visuals here, and it needs to be looked at. And I'll show you guys this too. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to go over and show you guys this like I said I would. And then the glass like I said I would. So we'll load all three of those up into a world and show you guys what is going on with it. So let's do a new world so we're not ruining one of our other ones. We're going to do this. Resource packs. We're going to go to this. Under available, go to owned. And then what we're going to do is, one, I'm going to show you the aquaculture pack. Okay, because that actually is a pretty cool thing. Better structures, no... Oh, yeah, the better structure. This, I will have to show you that it is not working, so we'll have to load it. Biomes of Plenty, Doors add-on, Essentials, Farming Pots. Okay, so we're going to add this in so I can show you how to actually use it. Realms Management Tool Resources, Tree Capitator add-on. We'll see if it works. Tools, realism VFX. I do love having my realism mode when I turn it on just yet. Lights and lamps vibrant. We are going to use my texture pack. Soundscapes we're not going to use. Forest craft is going to be added in. Gravestones is no. Naturalist, we are going to add this to show you guys like the different creatures with it. Colorful glass, this is going to be added on so I can show you what I'm talking about with it. And I feel like that is all I need. Okay, that's all the stuff that we need to add. What I am going to do is go to active, and then we are going to have to go to this and look for a couple things first. Like one, we need to make sure this is loaded. Two, we're going to go up with this. Three, we need the aquaculture going underneath the naturalist. Forest craft add-on, this actually is our tree one, which should go underneath our animals. Okay, better structures is going to go underneath the forest craft because it is another world generation. We need to make sure this overwrites this. Okay, behavior packs, we do the same thing. We have to actually come up here and move this stuff around. So the forest craft this time is actually going to go here underneath naturalist. Better structures, and then that goes underneath this. And we don't have to worry about the texture pack because of the other thing, but aquaculture, we're going to need to put this here. So it goes fish, animal, the tree biomes, and then the better structures, right, for this to overwrite that. All right, now that we got all that in here, we don't have to worry about any of the rest of this. Love it when people try to scam call me. Easy. And there. Advanced. We're going to use whatever this is. That's fine. Not worry about. We'll do the coordinates. Show the days played. Fire spread. TNT explodes. We'll do like we're doing a regular world. I would be doing. We'll set this to 1, so only I have to sleep, even though we're not in survival. The immediate respawn. We'll set this to being like 3. Simulation distance. I don't want to edit any of that. Multiplayer. We'll leave this on. Friendly fire. Usually turn that off. On cheats, we do turn this on because usually what I like to do, and this time we're going to go ahead and do always day while we're just doing with the stuff here. I will usually leave it on normal. Keep inventory off, mob grief off, so this is where creepers can explode your world. We'll leave the weather on. Actually, no, we won't, because I would on a regular world, but this one we're not. Minecraft education features, can't turn that on or we lose our graphics. Random tick speed. Usually I like to set this to 6 or 7, just for the fact of the faster crop growth. If you replant a tree, it grows faster, stuff like that. And then we already done our resource packs. Let's go to general, and we're going to be doing this as a test world, so I know which world to, delete, and boom, and then create anyways. Let this load us in. And while we're waiting on this to load and spawn us into the world, I'm going to go grab me a drink. Yo, boy, is kind of getting thirsty. And I'm going to grab me a little, canned soda. That way I don't have to actually make my tea and take even longer. Because usually, I'd be either making my peppermint tea, okay, or raspberry hibiscus tea. There we go, we're in. All right, so Decapitator, settings, we're going to make sure we do item durability, go once, so it only lowers the pickaxe health by 1. Aquaculture's here, as you can see. We have all this, and you can see this loads up quickly because I am not using too many mods. Forestcraft is here. Forestcraft Tree Encyclopedia and the Naturalist. So we get our different stuff. But notice what's one book we didn't get. There's actually one book we did not receive. What book did we not get, guys? I'll give you a hint. We go into settings right quick. We go down to resource packs. Let this load. And we do this. This mod here says it's loaded 11.1, right? better structures. But hang on a minute, guys. Does any of these books say better structures? Same as if I do better. Okay, you can see we get the, different things here, and even its mobs, but no book. Okay? We literally got no book. Just want to show you guys that. There is no better structures book. Okay? But I can do this. Hold on. / give. We'll do add at me. And I forget what it's actually called. Hold on. If I just do book, and you're going to see right here, ECBL_BS guidebook. So if we do that, okay, GUID, wait, DE, tab. I can give it to myself, but nothing is happening. Okay, you cannot interact with it. The mod is completely broke. So as you can see, that is the add-ons guidebook. And again, I can't click on the ground to place it. I can't click up here to open it. Even shift does nothing. Okay, it's just broke. At this point, it's just a weighted, like paperweight. Okay, it does nothing. Okay, with that out of the way, strangely now, me having to actually show that, we do get new tree spawns. As you can see, there's right here. So two functions entered, which is great. As you can see, I can get near it. Nothing happens with this tree. I forget what tree it is, but there's one tree that changes your thing to black and white. So see how this water looks right now? How it looks like that, and it looks fine. Even right here, there's no issues. It's not breaking. The moment we get an actual biome to spawn, and I don't mean just a tree like this near the water in a regular desert biome. I'm talking about its own custom biome. Anything that updates and makes a custom biome will break the water. Okay? I don't think there is a custom biome in this one. So I'm not going to see any broken water. And the reason I know that is because this is not going to cause it. I'm going to have to get the other mod in here to get it to do it. But I want to see what tree is breaking, or if, because I already did say like one tree is doing it. So the mod developer might have updated the mod and it auto updates my mods. So it might not do it. And hopefully that is the case this time. Hopefully. Okay. So I'm not having any broken textures, which is great. Great. Again, no broken textures. Amazing. All right, so we got a new tree over here. There we go. So you can kind of see I get away from this. The world stays normal. So I can go this way, I can go this way, and the sun doesn't change. But the moment I start getting closer to that tree, watch this sun, it's going to go down. And it's only when I get near this. So, see? Notice anything weird, guys? And then again, I start flying away from the tree. And we're back to normal. Okay, and that was going close to that tree with rainbow leaves. Okay, let's try this big tree over here. Oh boy, I can already tell you were turning green with fog. And we're in a darker area. And then the further I get away from the tree, the lighter my screen gets. Okay, just want to show you that. Oh no, I think it's just this biome causing it. Okay, and there's also more versions of the tree. Nice. Okay, but you get the idea, right? And hold on, technically this is a new tree, so maybe it could be a new biome. Let's see if there's any broken textures. So far, nada. We are good. So no, okay, so no actual custom biomes. That's good. But as you can see, we do have slight issues though, with certain trees doing certain things to the screen, okay? Now that we've seen that, we'll go like right here and show you guys some of the other stuff that is going on. Okay, and it's not with this thing we just been looking at with the trees. We're going to go ahead and go into this. We're going to go to glass, and you're going to notice we have regular glass, and to show you how this actually looks. Okay, so we do this. See how I do not see a difference right here, and it looks normal all the way around? That is what I'm asking for when I go into this. So see, we got clear. Now this is the modded glass, and you can see borderless. Okay, if I quickly grab, we'll say gray, so this shows up a little better, right? So these look about the same, although this one does not have the, this, and you can see when I look through, that looks normal. But the moment I do another borderless glass, see how that got darker? When I do this, okay, and I do another one, now we can see a border, especially from here. I can see this front. I can see this front. I can see the top parts of this and this, okay? That is no longer borderless glass, because borderless glass would look like this. Notice anything different? We'll do side-by-side comparison, okay? Notice anything different? Which one actually looks borderless? Which one actually shows a border? The natural glass to my left, which is the regular light gray stained glass, which is the same thing I used here, gray stain technically, but this has a border. This does not. This is this glass, which is the regular Minecraft glass. And then from the colorful glass mod, this is supposed to be borderless, and there's a border. Okay? Do we see the difference? And why I'm saying that this mod here needs an update. I see borders through this. There's a border here. There's a border right there. Even from a distance, I'm way back here. I can't highlight that. Border through here. There's a border right here. I can see the border right there. I can even see this side of the glass when it goes up here. There's a border. Okay? And I believe this is actually by 4K Studios, so 4K Studios, we need to fix that. It should absolutely, in the end, look like that. Okay, notice I set back here. There is no border. I cannot highlight. Okay, even turning this way, there's no border. And this is the regular Minecraft glass, not your modded one through this, okay? And 4KS, I don't want to hear any BS saying you can't make absolute borderless glass when... What is that? Right? And by the way, this is off a regular texture pack that's allowing me to get the borderless glass through this that yours fails to do. Okay? We need to work on that a little bit. Okay? Also, you'll notice we do get new fish types. Okay? Like that little dude over there, that dude right there. Actual catfish is in here, and that is actually through my aquaculture mod, by the way, guys. We actually have to catch, skin, and clean the scales off these guys, and you'll randomly get a chance to get some of the new stuff from aquaculture, which if I do not this, this, you get like new armor, which is Neptunium stuff. Same with like tools and weapons. So you can see like there's actually, fishing rods too you can get through it. New bait type, stuff like that. Did I load the food mod into? No, this actually is coming off of the tree mod that we have. Which is why we get the different like jams, stuff like that, which adds new food. But you get the idea, right, guys? That's why I'm saying the colorful glass mod needs a little bit of an update. Okay? It needs to be able to be completely borderless when it says borderless, okay? I'm not trying to be a Karen about it. I'm just trying to be helpful because, a better glass not only is going to make me want it, but it's going to make other people be like, oh my God, dude, these designs look nice. Borderless glass when I make a mansion that shows no border in any absolute sense or fashion. It all looks like a one-piece connected pane of glass where the only border you get is what touches the fucking wood. Dude, you'd be having people line up like, here's my money, right? You'd actually be getting a lot more of that because it actually looks good instead of what we got. But let's go ahead and break this one because this is the test world. I'm actually going to show you guys how to break your world right now and show you something else that can break. And that is going to be through adding Biomes O Plenty in here. That's all I need to do. Add the pack. Okay. This is going to add new biomes, stuff like that in here. I am going to do one thing, though. So Biomes of Plenty needs to actually come down here. It's going to go above Forestcraft, and we're going to remove Forestcraft. Sorry, I don't want to take a chance of running into a tree that makes my son go and end up giving somebody a seizure, okay? That's not fun. So we're going to remove Forestcraft, which, by the way, we are going to get textures and where like things would been. It'll be like the update. We're not going to worry about that. What we are going to worry about is just looking at the water near the new biomes that spawn in, especially if they spawn near the water. All right. Bink. So you can see, no water breakage yet. It looks normal. Now we need to find one of the new biomes. And I should have just loaded up a new world with the stuff, but it'll be fine. So right here, this is going to be what we're going to be seeing throughout some of this a little bit, and you're going to see it here in a second. Whoop! Update! Because we removed the mod, okay? I actually would have loved to see... Okay, there's a new biome right there. We'll go check that in a second. What I would love to see is if you delete the mod, these blocks should just no longer be here, right? So just say an update, just have it remove it completely. Would be awesome. Which, yeah, would delete a lot of stuff out of the world, but I'd prefer that because it still has to render and load the world. Here's one of the new biomes. Colorful much, ain't it? And then if we get down here near the water, are we going to see some breakage? Did they update it? It might have fixed, guys. They might have patched it when I gave them the thing. That's actually good. If they patched it, I'll throw this bee into a world. But we're going to do a multi-world check because, oh, God, you can see biome. Like, guys, you can see how it's overly spamming these biomes down. Oh, hi, beavers. Let's see if we actually find any broken textures. And I don't mean the, like, oh, this tree no longer exists textures. I mean, like, the water texture, right? They could have fixed it. And the only reason I was able to outright spot it, which it was doing it to my cousin too when he had this mod installed, was because I was able to fly around And some of these areas I'm not going to be able to tell in, but it looks like so far we're looking good. The main issues I've had, though, was near ocean. I have no clue if the inner tide is what done it, or if I need to load up a world and then load the mod in and then have the stuff spawn after, because it could just be loading the mod literally on a world that tries to load everything immediately and then breaks this. We're going to give that a try here in a second, too. But so far, we're looking pretty okay. But you can see, here's the redwoods, by the way, guys. They don't look bad, right? But you can see, this is from the mod. This is from the mod. That's from the mod. The one way over there is from the mod. You can kind of see how often they are spawning. Like, here's another one. Look at this. Look, boom. Redwood trees. Right here. Let's see. Any water breakage over here? Not seeing anything yet. Again, they could have patched it, but what I might do is try loading the world up without having a world pre-made and then putting the mod in for it to spawn everything around the water so the water stays regular. Let's see what it would be like if I was to naturally load the world with the mod already installed, and see if the world generation that way butchers the water. Because if it is one way of breaking it, to have it fixed is just to like not load it, load your world, fly it, like, walk around for a bit and then load it in to stop the water from breaking, then that won't be as bad. I mean, hell, I could try flying like thousands of blocks out from spawn, let it render the new blocks way out here for the new world generation where I haven't been yet. Wouldn't be a bad idea to test this. So let's fly way out here, wait till we hit land, and see if the new generation this way has anything breaking on it. If that's not the case, then we'll turn around and try loading a world directly with it already installed and seeing if that breaks my water. No biome here, so this ain't going to break. All right, over here hasn't been loaded yet. This is the first time this whole area is here, and we have a biome right here immediate. Is there any waterline breaking? I am not seeing any breakage, which is good. They might have updated it, and if they did, then I can actually start using this mod again. To load stuff, like to load new biomes into my world. I just wish they would let you choose, like when you do this, like overworld biomes, and you can see there's like the garden, the bayou, the bog, the cold desert. Like, guys, there's a crap ton of biomes, right? But allow us to come in here and like not one by one do it, but just come in here and say a chance at the new biome spawning, and then have like a percentage chance when you spawn in, and don't let the biome spawn till after someone chooses it. And then that would be kind of cool, because then it wouldn't be overtaking a lot of the stuff, especially if I loaded this in without it already having to pre-exist land. We'd probably be seeing a whole lot more of these biomes, especially with like, look. Okay. All right, let's give a try to see if we can break the water again. See if this mod still breaks water by doing a preloaded world with it already in, without having a world that has already been around and then just putting the mod onto it. All right. Go ahead and edit this, where we're going to delete it because this was a test world. It's not going to stay up there forever. This, and then create world. And what we're going to do is go easy, creative, advanced. We're going to go ahead and go no starting map, no bonus chest, show coordinates, show days played, recipe unlocking, fire spread, TNT. Scroll down, 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 down. Change this to 1 or even 2% will be fine. I'm the only one in here anyways, so I'll be able to just sleep anyways. Immediate respawn. 3. Keep it at 4. Multiplayer. We are going to go ahead and turn friendly fire off. Cheats on. Mob grief off. Weather cycle off. Random tick speed to 6 this time. Resource packs shared, owned.
Hello.
Howdy, howdy. So we'll go ahead and add the aquaculture in. We'll go ahead and add the biomes of plenty. Like I said, we're going to be checking that. Farming pots, and she has how that works. I forgot to do that a second ago. Add the tree capitator. See if that works with it. Don't worry about that. I don't worry about this. We are going to add my texture pack in. Because again, I'm going to see if it breaks it. Naturalist, so we can actually see the animals walking around. For creatures, blah, blah. The Aether Moa, again, is free. Well, we already have a world with that in it. And it's actually pretty cool. All right, let's actually show you guys if this breaks or not. So first we have to go to active and make sure we rearrange this correctly. So Prisma, Naturalist is fine. Biomes of Plenty goes underneath this. So it'll be this, and then the animals. And then the sea life. Why not? Okay. Behavior pack, same thing. Naturalist, aquaculture goes underneath that. Biomes of Plenty goes above that. So boom, boom, boom. All right, and create. Create anyways. That's all we need to do. I don't have to rename it test this time. Load it in, and let's see if the world breaks at all. Like near the oceans or water, to see if water has the different wavy lines.
What were you doing if you started stream 80 minutes ago?
What was I doing? So pretty much I started out, showed some of the new stuff like the MOA, how to tame them. Showed you guys what I was working on in my other world that I basically freshly started. And then afterwards, we've been going over different mods, giving reviews into the actual like mod pages themselves. But we are actually already in a regular world, so we can actually keep going. Actually, that would have been cool to start with on my other world, be able to literally just instantly get a tree and go down and grab some iron. Where was this world at when I started my other one? But not really bad. As you can see, we do get new creatures, which is great. So it is working. Tree captator, I'm not going to worry about doing the tool efficiency like we did a second ago on the test world. Screw that. What we need to find
My
now.
hardcore world is doing pretty good so far.
Oh, nice. I'd say use the MOA mod, dude. It's actually pretty good. It's free. Go into the store and literally go to free. And then get the, it's Aether MOA. Like literally like the Aether world, but you don't actually have to buy the Aether. And it actually does something pretty cool with the Aether MOA. I should have loaded it just to show you guys here in case it actually did it. You get free glowstone with the Aether mod, as in the Aether MOA mod. You have random spots that are just in the world, give you like a broken glowstone looking portal from like the Aether. And it's really, really cool. Okay, here we go. Here's one of the new biomes. Let's test any water directly next to it, though. I mean, there's this one right here. Oh, and that's a biome, too. So we can check all the water all the way around it. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah, it still breaks it. So, it still definitely needs an update. Loading this mod into a world you already have going doesn't break it. It's only whenever you start the world with the mod preloaded.
Is that modded or real biome?
This is modded. This actually comes from an actual pack I love. They just need to update it because it broke after, I don't know if it was this update or the one before it, because I just recently got back into Minecraft literally on this last update. But pretty much this happens, which you can see the water right here, how that is tearing compared to what this looks like. So this is how my water is supposed to look. This is what happens when you preload the mod in with my texture pack. So yeah, it breaks. And this is what I was trying to look for in the other one. That's why it took me a second. But yeah, you can see it does that, and it tries to do this. And then we come back out here away from the biome, and my water's normal. The water near the biome Okay, as you can see, like it screen tears it, and I can do this so the whites come out a little bit more, so it's easier for you guys to see
You should
compared
try
to.
the Patrix resource pack.
I'm good. I actually have my own favorite resource pack, which is the one I'm on now, which is with Prisma,
But
and
your
then,
console might break.
uh,
It's too
but
realistic.
hmm? But pretty much we have this, and if we quickly go out, right quick, we can get rid of this world. I don't need this anymore, especially with the world already being broken. But Euphorical Craft is my new world, by the way, man. This is what I was on a little bit ago. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some of these packs need to be updated to make sure stuff like that doesn't happen. But back to us saying to you, man, Prisma is my favorite one. I use it. It adds cool looking water, stuff like that. It even brings like the bark on the trees to be 3D, especially if it's being hit by the light. So, for instance, if I was to go, oh yeah, I'm in survival. This one, not creative. If I go to a tree that's actually being directly impacted by light, you can see the bark here is 3D compared to the side it isn't being hit by light. Looks like the natural tree, natural, and then 3D. So it gives you the 3D instance. But this, like the Chocobo mod from PC, these are the MOAs, okay? And they are tameable. I'll show you that in just a second. We need to actually find where I put my
Be right
house.
back.
You're good. Is that it right there? I've done some of the different, like, yeah, it's right here. So see, they are tameable, and you can ride them, as you can see. They're cool. All right, Moa, you can get back in your little corner there. Sorry, I didn't mean to bother you. They're tameable. And you don't feed them like you do cows, where they mate. And I'm pretty sure you can probably mate them, but you can actually just click on it. It'll kick you like horses. Like when you click on a horse and it kicks you off, you click on it again, kicks you off, and then you keep doing that till hearts form. And then when you see the hearts, it is then yours that is tamed. That's how they work. And you can tame them, and then you just need to get a saddle to be able to like ride them and actually go in the direction you want to, kind of like the horses, or else you're just stuck just sitting on their back with them wandering. But yeah, they're awesome. We do got a structure mod over here, which I've already went and looted that. I need to go loot the one that's like right over there. As I was saying earlier, the new trees, because of the fact of this was actually doing that, and I was doing the review with you guys. The new biome that's actually in the game, which is this, which looks like a fall biome. I mean, it looks good this way. I just don't like how lazy they did the lead, like this. So if I do this right quick, right, this outside doesn't look bad, and you can also go in here and do like dark textures here with a little lighter, with the lighter brown here, and make it look 3D more with the texture pack like this one probably might do when it updates and this comes out. But see how dark this line is? That's not bad. I wish it was like straight black and then you had like the white being out here. Because what this does is once you actually turn this into its logs, into planks, it just reminds me of like the Pell Forest. Literally, it's like just another Pell Oak, like, you know, Pell Oak. I could have just looked right here too, but yeah, another Pell Oak, pretty much. It's lazy. At least if you're going to do a Pell Oak log, well, not a log, but plank from that log when it goes, which is the poplar, at least add straight black lines. So it's no longer gray. It's no longer a white color. It actually has like some black in it, right? So it actually looks different in a way. Still lazy, but would look a lot better. Boop. But yeah, that's kind of why I was calling the new biome lazy, by the way, guys, is due to that. You can see how they could have done better with it. But I do need to fix my Minecraft music audio settings because Music is still way too loud. Even though I'm at 2%, that music is, oh man, it is like loud. So we're going to go to 1%. Environmental audio, blocks, hostile, friendly, musical blocks is 1%. There. That is still like loud to me. I don't know if it's like very low for you guys, but I still hear it as if it's like on volume of 10, being at 1%, by the way. All right. I do need to get more wood here in a minute to continue on. But you can see how like structure mods like this can add to your world. Like, see, that actually doesn't look bad. They should have like lowered this a little bit so it didn't have like too much of this sticking out. But I mean, it still looks good, right? And to show you like my water isn't bugged. Saying it isn't bugged. And then this one also makes it so like the water looks really good. You get like the shimmery, like when you have water, when you look at stones below, it shimmers. It does do that with this. All right, I just wanted to show you that. One thing I would love to see this texture pack add, and I don't know how big like it would have to be update wise to download, but imagine like these leaves, instead of looking at it and seeing just with my thing where these leaves are falling like that onto the ground. Imagine being able to see like the breeze kind of making the leaves kind of do like this or like to the side. And don't make it look like it's just going this way, then it resets. Going this way, then it resets. Actually make it kind of look like it's actually breezing. And that would actually look really, really good. And I know it's doable because there's a pack I have. I don't remember exactly which one it is, but it actually makes the leaves kind of look like they're actually being blown around in. And my console can handle it fine, which means PS5 can handle it. So it needs to be added into the texture packs for like vibrant realism to have like waving leaves, right? So on top of the falling leaves, the waving leaves, a little bit of wind that comes across your screen every now and then should just be directly added into Minecraft because consoles can handle it. And again, I don't remember which texture pack it is, so I'm gonna have to download them all and go through and look at it again and try to figure out which one it is and show you guys in a future stream. But they can handle. Not can't, C-A-N-T, can, C-A-N, period. Okay? They can. But I'm about to see if my cousin's on and seeing if he's wanting to go do some Armory Forger because I feel like sniping some people, man. So I'm going to go ahead and end stream here, guys, because when I close app anyways, it's going to force close the stream because I'm not on a capture card for no computer. It is literally the capture card that's built strictly into the PS5, which means as soon as you close game, it auto stops stream. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. As always, love you guys. Stay awesome and peace.